Wow, there we go. Video's over. How you all doing? Welcome to another episode of Gridiron Hub Live. I'm still here, unfortunately. Happy New Year to everybody. I think this is our first show of 2021. Here's to a much better 2021 than 2020, but the way it's going, who knows? I'm joined by Steve. How you doing, Steve?
Good, thank you, Will.
Who's eating? I think.
No, I was. Oh, no. I did. I was eating. I stopped. But I'm going to start again in a second.
And we're joined by Oz, who we get on once every blue moon. And we can't hear him.
Probably should turn the mic on. Whenever the hell I can actually be bothered freeing myself from my screens to do something other than work. So glad to be here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad we get you on because very
controversial.
Yeah, and you like to take the piss, which is good. And I suppose a precursor for today's show is the fact that I wanted to jump straight in and rank Britball logos, but Steve suggested we started with the NFL just to see how it goes. But the plan is next week we're going to rank Britball logos in a tiering system.
They're all trash, all of them.
Not all of them.
No. There's no good Britball logos.
Well,
they're all either rip-offs of American ones.
So
ones
yes,
that look good
I think when we get to that,
American ones.
I think rip-offs, you lose points. You know, if they're original.
Yeah.
The only ones that look anywhere remotely good are the rip-offs from American ones. Everybody who's like gone out on their own and been like, we're gonna make this and we're gonna make this original. It looks trash. They're all fucking awful.
Well, we'll go through them next week. I mean, what I would say is we'll just do senior teams next week. But some of the flag logos, I don't know if you've seen them. They make up for the fact it's flag football. But
Steve has a great position on flag football where he used to absolutely hate it, but now he has come to see that it might be an important part. I still hold Steve's
I will not play flag football. But I acknowledge its importance in the game.
Yeah, whereas I still hold Steve's initial way that he used to look at flag. And no offense, guys, but you can all go get fucked.
To be fair, I interviewed a couple of weeks, just before Christmas, Sean Endicott from the Nottingham Arrows, and he did change my opinion on flag a little bit, especially for my kids. So my youngest can play flag in 3 years, and I'm like, now looking for a cadet team to take him to in a couple of years, which is great fun. So I have changed my opinion on the flag.
It's the gateway drug.
It is. Right. It's a great way to get involved.
Oh, but it's like 250 milligram. No, it's like 250 milligram fucking paracetamol though. Like it's like you're like, oh, I need to get hooked on some hard painkillers, and then the guy down the street's like, well, I got some tramadol, or I've got some oxys, and you're like, let me just start with some double strength Nurofen and see how we go. Like it is.
Anyway, on that note, so that will be next week's show, which we're very much looking forward to doing. That's going to take a while to settle. But so for today, we're going to rank the NFL logos. I hope I've got the up-to-date logos. I've got to be honest, I'm more of a college fan than an NFL fan, so I don't know how up-to-date we are. I mean, you guys can tell me. I know Steve corrected me on a Washington one. Let me load it up.
I corrected you on the Washington and the Rams.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, did you put the Redskins logo up?
Yeah.
No, that's a no.
We'll zoom in a bit so we can see it a bit clearer. Yeah. Quality. That's perfect, mate.
But yeah, no, that's how we roll. So
I think they're the only two that have changed theirs in the last year or two.
Dolphins changed last year, didn't they, or 2 years ago?
I thought it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, they've not got a dolphin with a helmet on, for fuck's sake.
Oh, has that ruined your night?
Yeah, that was going to be here.
Yeah, no, they changed that. Yeah, that's their more modern one. Because we did those lid giveaways, signed lid giveaways, Hail Mary hits, and there was one throwback, which was the helmet, the jumping dolphin with a helmet, and then there's this one, which is like a lot more modern looking.
So, Steve,
2018. 2018 was when it was slightly altered.
4 years.
With the colours of pepper and orange.
That's why I like Oz being in there, because he knows how to use Google.
Yeah, well, he's a stats man. Oz is. Oz loves his numbers.
I'm the stats man.
Big time,
I've
yeah.
got to be honest, I was looking at the analytics before and I realised that we get quite a few views from Australia. I'm just wondering if it's Ozzy's family. Just checking.
Fuck no.
He's a celebrity out there, mate.
Because my family lives in New Zealand. My Australian family do not give a shit about America. Well, I got a cousin who follows Oregon. And
let me guess, because the kids.
we try not to talk about him. But no, definitely not. Any Australians that are actually watching are probably sitting there being like, "Why is he called Oz? He doesn't sound Australian in the slightest." But everybody over here is like, "Ooh, that's a strong accent."
Yeah,
it's like when you take somebody from fucking like Cumbria, and you could be like, "This guy's from Scotland," and if you put him in the middle of like New Zealand or the middle of Australia, and they'd be like, "Oh, he sounds real Scottish," and it's like, no, he doesn't. Yeah. He's just northern.
Is that your mum, Steve?
Sandy, yeah, it's my mum.
she says hi. She's not spoke to you since Christmas.
Fucking hell, you spoke to your mum over Christmas?
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
Anyway,
I don't think I spoke to my mum since Christmas 2018. Whoops.
Just a quick one before we get into it. I know we've kind of discussed this off air a couple of days ago, Steve. What do you look for in a good logo? What are you marketing on? Like, what's the first thing you look at?
I haven't really thought too much about the upper end. I thought a lot about the lower end and what makes a shit logo.
Okay.
And probably they're not the right way of thinking about it. But then, I think a logo for me should represent the name of the team and represent the club. I think it's I think at the moment we've got the exception with the Washington football team being the worst logo by far. It's just a W, but it's temporary. So you can sort of discount that one for now. I don't know.
Are they planning on changing their? Are they getting a new kind of nickname?
From what I understand, yeah, they'll get a new identity. They'll most likely keep the color scheme because obviously, you imagine. I don't know. They've probably got the stadium seats of those colors.
Oh no, they've already said that is going to be their color scheme no matter what the team names. They did a slight rebrand in the off season just been to decide on that color scheme, and I don't hate the color scheme.
No,
I reckon it works really well.
Yeah, but for me, the Browns
just a big W.
Like the Browns kills me because I don't know what a brown is.
The Brown should be the worst.
Yeah, it is. But Oz will probably know this, and I've never known this. What's the history behind the name of the Browns? Is it literally they wear a brown kit?
No. Paul Brown was the former owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
So
they couldn't really have his likeness on their logo.
Yeah. So they were named after him. So they came in like the mid to late 40s.
Yeah, because them in Cincinnati were like at odds. That's why their colours.
Well, he had a massive impact on Cincinnati as well because I'm pretty sure he was one of the founding members of the NFL itself, and then he got a football team about 15, 20 years later. But the state of Ohio has Paul Brown to thank for everything.
Yeah. Well, and that's where Canton is, where the Hall of Fame is. So there's a lot of football and history in Ohio, right? Like it's a big football place, but I just think it's awful, like that name as a team. So I suppose I look at the name. One thing I've always thought about, but this was really more related to soccer football in the UK, and so I support Portsmouth. And their logo is a crescent moon with a star.
Is there a ship on it?
Sorry?
Is there a ship on it?
No, there's not a ship on it. No, it's just a crest.
Yeah.
And that logo. And Oz will know this. Portsmouth is a soccer city. Like it's full of football fans, soccer football fans. And that logo is actually the logo that the local council use as well. So you'll see that logo on bins, on lampposts. just used throughout the city. Loads of companies use it to show that they're from Portsmouth. It's a huge thing.
A bit like Liverpool, isn't it? Because they have the Liver Bird. And
But my point is like it's like I can quickly draw like a crescent and a star. Hold on, and people in Portsmouth would know what that is. You know, like it's like it. So like it literally is that, right? Like that. Everyone sort of knows that. When you see that in Portsmouth, that everyone knows that means Pompey, right? So
the crescent's like completely inverted, though, isn't it? It's Well, if you put it to the side, and this is why Portsmouth Football Club has a lot of Turkish fans. It's the same as the Turkish flag to the side with the star on the right. But so I've got that sort of like history in terms of branding, and I've always thought I've always thought it must be weird for supporting a team like Southampton, who was our biggest rivals. At the time, they had a fucking tree. I think they still got a tree in their logo. I thought it must take ages to draw that logo. Like, you know, like, and the same with pretty much every other one. Like, even the Liver Bird. I don't know that I've seen many people draw that. You know, so like
they have a tree in the logo, just so you know.
Sorry?
They do still have the tree there.
Yeah, they used to have a boat, and it changed to a tree. So yeah, it's just like a stupid logo, but yeah, it's So I've always thought like part of like a logo, the branding of it also should be this. It should be fairly simple. I quite like the simplicity of it.
Adam Brown said, I've heard it said that the best logo can be drawn by a school child in their notebook at school.
Yeah, so that's what I said to you, actually. So it's interesting Adam said that, because I said kids should be able to draw it.
Yeah, you did that
so I've always maintained that when I think about just logos in general, like the Nike tick, really straightforward, you know, like. And
is that why Gridiron Hub is just Gridiron Hub with a line above it and below it?
Well, no, yeah, well, Gridiron Hub doesn't. I suppose it does have a logo, but we never really went into an actual, what do they call it? Like a symbol for the brand. But it's all changed, as you know, it's all changing soon anyway. We've got a new name. We're not saying that yet. But
begins with
we're not saying the name. But like
are we becoming like the Gridiron football team or some shit like that? Are we going to be the site with no name for the next fucking year?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Gridiron football outlet. But yeah, so that I mean that's probably I found it. We're probably about 6-7 weeks away from that change, but the new logo we've got does have its own standalone iconography that's easy to draw actually. But this one, Gridiron Hub, I don't think does. But anyway,
if you can draw in block capitals, you can draw the Gridiron Hub logo. Let's be honest.
Oh, there's an echo on the thing. I think it's me. Let me just put my headset in.
Yeah, your mic keeps going out of focus as well. It's that new fancy light you bought. Just why are you sorting that out?
I'll put it on full brightness just to show everyone.
Yeah, go on. It cost them a lot of money.
Have you got like a selfie cam or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Mate, it's got like a proper light.
It's only at 14% brightness at the moment. Watch this.
He'll fucking blind himself.
Start calling you the Weekend or something, the blinding lights.
I've heard he puts it on during the day when he's working to get a tan.
Yeah. Gets me my vitamin D, yeah. Right, I'm going to go on mute while I sort the phone.
What do you look for in a logo? Is there anything particular you like or?
So I like colors. The colors are a big thing for me. Like I want it to be striking. I want it to grab my attention with the color scheme, because the thing is, like, whatever your color scheme is on your logo is probably going to be what your color scheme is in relation to your uniforms. That's the way that these logos work. So some of the uniforms, like Steve said, in terms of the the Browns have updated their uniform in the last couple of years. It's not as bad, but when they go back to the throwback uniforms, they just look god awful. Like and there's a few other, like, I'm a big fan of the Color Rush uniforms that have come through. But it's like some of the other teams, it's like you see their alternates and stuff come through, and you're like, mate, what were you thinking for 40 years using that as your and so I'm definitely a big fan of the colors. Have got to be really strong. I feel like having some form of kind of like Steve said, if you're going to use like iconography, if you're going to use something that's in terms of like like an image, as opposed to just having your name or whatever that is. Have something that relates to the area that you're based in. So I actually enjoy the Kansas City logo because of the arrow, like the Arrowhead Stadium, and the sort of the throwback to the Native American tribes. Like I'm a fan of that one. I'm not sure if they've still got that or if they've changed it. I think they've sharpened the lines on the arrow. Yeah, there we go. Have a look. Yeah, so you can't really see it. Oh no, it is. They are still sort of quite. I'm quite a fan of. I'm quite a fan of that one. So it's going to be obviously a little bit difficult if you're going with an animal, because some of the states I believe that have got animals might not even have that frickin' animal anywhere near them. Like I can tell you right now, Jacksonville does not have any jaguars, and there's no jaguars in Florida.
It's got mountain lions.
So and yeah, Detroit haven't got any lions, so that's always going to be difficult. But
Miami does have dolphins though.
Probably not anymore. They might have during the inception, but
for me, like I'm a big sucker for gimmicky icons. Like I love a gimmick.
I think we're the opposite on that.
Yeah,
I feel like you're going to rate the Raiders at the top or something. I fucking hate the Raiders logo. It's interesting because it's a pirate in a yeah. Okay, I will take. Yes, Grant is right. That's true. But the Raiders logo, it's like an old dude in a leather football helmet. Like Jacksonville has the biggest population of big cats in the US. Yeah, enclosed, not in the wild.
Well, I think the biggest issue here is there's no Titans in Tennessee.
There could be. Yeah. I mean, what do you think's holding up What do you think's holding up the big old tower in Nashville? It's just an invisible.
Is there any Panthers in Carolina?
Again, probably in enclosures. I'm assuming there's some Browns in Cleveland, but they may have all been evicted.
Yeah. Packers in Green Bay. That's probably the controversial one. Loads of Bears in Chicago. Yeah. No one's arguing that one. 49ers, they're all dead.
Well, I was going to say they've been going for a long time.
Yeah. Let's crack on then. So let's get.
I just wanted to. Well, the couple of things that I wanted to just say, if that's okay, because I actually am at odds with something Oz has said there with Kansas City Chiefs. So I also think what's very lazy and very shit is just lettering. So Chicago, Green Bay, Kansas City. But I would actually say Kansas City and the Bengals, at least they've sort of got some sort of graphic to it. But like, those are like LA and LA, I suppose. But San Francisco, like, it doesn't. It's just SF with their team colors. I think it's crap. I think it's awful. So I think I'm at odds with what both of you are saying, because I actually prefer if they're called the Lions or they're called the Jaguars, then you can see the fucking logo is a Jaguar or a lion. Like that's clear. Like that's the brand showing itself.
Derrick Henry does not count as a Titan if you're playing against him in fantasy.
To be fair, that one. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think when we get into this,
can we just every time Adam comments, can we just not show it? I want to see how tilted he gets for trying to write all of this banter, and we refuse to give it airtime.
So I think that like. I see that as really lazy, and I'm quite interested in like discussing that bit. You know, like how do those? Because I think the logo should represent the name. Like
but I don't mind the letters.
Why are you called the Lions? Why aren't you just called the Detroit American Football Team?
Because they're not based in Washington. And that's the only team allowed to be called the football team. I don't mind the letters.
Sport, well, so I suppose it's mostly American sports. They put a name to the team, don't they? To the city.
Pretty much every American sport that I can think of, they will have and it's not even just the professional, like the college teams. Like even the college teams have names associated with them. It's.
Do you know what? I reckon I could name most college teams and their nicknames, but don't try and get it right now.
I was going to say, there's. Are we talking just FBS or are you talking FCS as well?
Just FBS.
Because there's 116 FBS teams?
Yeah, just FBS.
Just Power 5 or everything?
No, just FBS.
Yeah, but there's more than just the Power
Yeah, I know
5 and
that-
the FBS.
Yeah, I know because I support a team not in the Power Five. So I'm saying anyone in the 100.
So you reckon you can? Okay, well, we won't do it now. But do you reckon you can name
I reckon
160?
I know every logo in the UK, flag, Uniball, and senior. I reckon I know all of them.
Yeah, you probably do.
Because I was going to say because you've been staring at
what I
them for
do.
the past 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm constantly looking at them, fucking putting them into graphics and messing about with them. So yeah, I'm fairly certain I know most of them. That's why I'm quite looking forward to getting into the rankings. I think. Well, actually, we're never going to do a show on this, but what do you guys think in British American football is the best name for a team that you've come across, past or present? Because there's been some hilarious ones like the Stains Removers. Have you ever heard that one?
I'm a big fan of that. No, I
thought you would be. But have you guys? Yeah. So, what's your? And it can be past or present. It doesn't matter. What's your favourite Britball team name that you've come across that you like?
Oh, mate, I don't even think I can name 12 Britball teams anymore. Like, okay, no, I like the Pellets. Actually, I can't stand
that
the
was
team
an adoptive name, but
I
think someone called them it on social media because it was Bullets. Oh, they're going to be called the Pellets, but to their credit, they stuck with it. They're like, yeah, we're called the Pellets, but they kept the Bullets logo.
Yeah,
it's not a P, it's a B. But that one's quite.
I think the Pellets are probably mine, just for the fact of, like you say, it was done as a diss, and they've just gone, no, fuck it, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know you've talked about Portsmouth, but the Portsmouth Destroyers, that's a fucking sick name.
Yeah, it is good.
Do you know what I mean?
So the Destroyer is a naval ship.
Yeah.
But there's also the Dreadnoughts is also nautical because the Dreadnought's a big anchor. So the Portsmouth anchors probably didn't sound quite right, so they went with Dreadnoughts. But then not many people would know that, right? Like what a Dreadnought is.
I always thought a Dreadnought. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know it was a big anchor. I always thought it was a giant warship.
Yeah, if you'd have asked me, I'd have said it was a ship.
No, I'm going to check because I'm going to sound stupid, but I'm fairly sure a Dreadnought is a.
What is a Dreadnought?
Right, why are you doing that? Let's get started because
a Dreadnought was a predominant type of battleship in the early 20th century.
Sorry,
I thought it was just a real giant fucking battleship.
So,
he's quit. He's so embarrassed. He's quit.
I'm getting rid of him. He's no good. He knows nothing. He's
Right, Will's gone.
Fuck. Is this going to become some form of power struggle where you just I remove you and you remove you?
So I just want to share because the only reason I ask is I want to share my favourite one. And it's a current team. Nottingham Hoods is very good. It is a ship. They corrected me. I was wrong. So I like the Werewolves. It's a flag team called the Werewolves. I think it's fucking brilliant.
Is that WEIR, as in in the Sunderland sort of area?
No, it's I don't know where it is, and I think it's I don't know
as in Tyne where?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's spelt that way. I'm going to find out because I've got it on our directory. I'll load it up. But yeah, the Werewolves, I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty.
They don't get enough credit for their name.
Sorry, WEAR, not WEIR. WEIR, I think, is what is used to fucking block a river or some shit, or slow down a river.
Oh, like an anchor.
Like a dam.
Yeah, like a dreadnought. You dickhead.
While we're on it then, what's the worst name in Britball?
The Pumas.
They're not going anymore.
I was going to say, are they still there?
Where is WARE? Werewolves.
Oh, okay. WEIR, I have no idea where that is.
Doesn't matter where it is. They've got the best name.
Doesn't matter where it is. What's the worst name?
I don't know. Well, if you're talking Britball, I think
Pride.
Imperial Immortals. I've never liked.
What? Fuck are they?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a Uniball team, and I've always thought that sounds a bit weird.
Stop giving him airtime.
Sorry,
whoever it is.
It's not me.
It's me. So
hold on, let me see.
Because I know he's gonna have so much to say on this, and I just want to deprive him of all of the attention that he Like, and it will just drive him insane, and I love
Do
it.
you know what? In today's age, right, and I mean it in jest, like we had the Predators, because it was the Sheffield Predators, wasn't it? And we changed the name to the Sheffield Giants. And I know we don't really talk about the HGL, but when they came up with the name Lee Miners, like it's just not right. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is
Yeah.
that like a Britain reference that I'm not going to get? Like, is that
A minor, someone who's under 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was miners, as in
But
like
minor, they mean as though individuals who mine. So
Right.
he's doing a play on words there.
Yeah, but I mean, how's it like? If only if they were spelling it ORS.
You can say that. You can say the same about the Sterling Klansman.
Yeah, I do like that one actually.
True.
Please tell me.
Like, what's wrong with that?
Please tell me that their uniform was not white. They had to play in something.
This
colored.
is See, I don't think this name's very good. And I'll just scrolling through my list of names because I've got all of the names. The UWS Pyros.
Yeah, that's
Like,
shit.
why would you want to be called a pyromaniac? Is that, or have I got that wrong? Is it a pyro another name for an anchor?
knowing you and your track history, you've probably got that wrong, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
They're called the University of West Scotland Pyros.
That's a mouthful,
Yeah,
that.
I've always thought, why would you want to be called a pyro? Because
They could be
a flaming P.
They could be pyromancers, you know. It's a little bit different from pyromaniacs. Leicester Lemmings.
Did they all?
Do you know? Right, so years ago, when I was playing for the Knights, me, Coach Rains, and Coach Ellis went out to Poland to train with one of the teams there, the Eagles, and while we were traveling, we were talking about the different names of teams in Europe, and Coach Ellis knew of a team that were called the Woods. So the place was called Woods. And they named them. The guy who founded them named them after himself. His surname was Lemon, so they called themselves the Woods Lemons. And we were like taking a piss, saying, "Imagine firing everyone up. Come on, guys, you're a fucking lemon," you know. Like, but yeah, so that's probably the worst name I've heard outside of Britball.
Well, on that note, let's crack on with.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good detour.
Let's crack on with what we. I think we'll start. We'll go left to right, kind of top row and then bottom row.
Grant said PA Nights has got to be the shittest name. PA was the sponsor, so go fuck yourself, Grant.
What was were you guys? When were you guys the PA Knights?
Well, they were always the Farnham Knights, but PA were the sponsor. So for a time, you were able to call yourself the sponsor name and then your name rather than the location. Then they changed it to location, sponsor, and then the name of the team. So we were the PA
Farnham
Knights.
PA
Then we
Knights,
were the
and then-
Farnham MH Knights, and then they were just the Farnham Knights.
You got no town. It's true though. You don't know. Aren't you just in like a weird area or something now?
What,
Like you're in
Farnham?
No, because they're not Farnham anymore.
Oh, they're called Rushmore. Yeah, Rushmore is
It's just like it's
the council, because I used to live in that area, so I paid my council tax to Rushmore Council. So
I also when they changed that, I thought that they were just taking that as a piss because all they ever they can't pass the ball. All they ever do is
they're a running team. I know.
I was gonna say I thought it was literally because they run the wishbone.
It's the more is spelled as in like MOOR, so not as in.
Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention when I heard they changed it. I was like, well, at least they're not fooling
Yeah, it
anybody
sounds
anymore.
the same, doesn't it? Yeah.
Like,
So yeah,
crack on.
yeah, but yeah.
Right. On that note.
Right, let's
More
go.
than your team does. Nice.
Back to the task at hand. We'll do all our Britball talk next week. Washington, I think, are we just putting them in awful because they've not really.
Well, yeah, I just don't think
don't
we even
hate
include them. Do
The
we?
thing is, no, because okay, look.
Oh, don't tell me you like it.
Because look, how is it any different from the giant blue New York that's right below?
Whoa,
Oh,
we have
that's shit
New York.
too. I put that down. I put that as that's one of the worst ones. It's terrible.
It's a tier system, so it's not going in like least worst to the best. It's in one of the 5 tiers.
Can you play the Rushmore song? Yeah.
Oh god.
We can't, mate, because we don't want to be responsible for abortions
Copyright issues.
of the eardrum.
We get
It's
claimed.
terrible. It's
What is the
terrible, isn't it?
Rushmore song? I've never heard of this. I just googled it.
The Knights. It's called the Knights. It's actually
It's like
got.
the Knights
well,
Anthem
last
or
time
some
I
shit,
checked,
isn't it?
it had like 4,000 YouTube views.
Oh yeah, because
But
it keeps getting shared.
It keeps getting played. But I
yeah.
think it gets played for the wrong reasons.
It does. It definitely does. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like the. I can't talk
It's just a whole bunch of thrash metal, like, and not even good thrash.
But the
metal.
lyrics are terrible. Like we
yeah.
we come to take your crown and 1 down, 100 to go.
I'm definitely googling that later.
I can't believe you don't know
it.
it,
Just YouTube it, mate. It's
It's-
unreal.
Grant had to bring it up, did he? No,
Right, okay.
no, we're not playing it, Grant. You can go and listen to it by yourself.
If you want to link me to it, Grant, I'll be much appreciated.
I feel like I'm gonna get outvoted on a whole bunch of like 2-to-1s on there.
Yeah, I just
because
want to sort
I don't.
of, yeah,
I don't.
I've got opinions, but
I don't hate the little ones. That's the thing. I've
Oh,
got
I
like
do.
three. I've got like three
what
that
does
I
it
hate.
mean, though? It doesn't mean anything. It's lazy. It's like
I mean, you kind of understand it with Washington because they're kind of currently in a rebrand, aren't they? They're going to become something else. So they've just got the colours in the W, like, you know, but it's still not a good logo. But you can,
although it you know, interestingly, going back to the whole easy to draw thing, those New York, San Francisco, Chicago, Green Bay,
But the thing is, it's not only
they're
that
easy to draw, right?
they're easy to draw. But the thing is, it's like the moment you see it, you know exactly what it is. Like if someone draws a fucking like a Jaguar head, there's a few teams that are the Jaguars,
Hey?
and I'm not. So there's a few teams in sports which are classified as the Jaguars, right? And if someone draws a Jaguar head, I'm not going to know specifically which one it is. The moment I see that NY drawn with the Y going under the N, I know straight away that's the Giants. When I see that circle with the SF inside, I know straight away that's the 49ers.
who do you support?
Me,
He's a Ravens fan.
I'm a Ravens fan, so
I'm quite
you know,
interested in seeing where you put the Ravens. Actually,
I'd say it's probably in the middle because it's
We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Let's stay on
it's
Washington.
standard.
Where we
Yeah.
play Washington?
I would say Washington is bad. I don't think it's awful.
I would say you don't even put it in.
Well,
I would say
don't know,
don't even make a ranking.
Right,
But okay, let's put it there.
Because I was thinking bad or awful. So
yeah, I think it's bad. I think it's bad. I don't think it's awful.
right. Moving on, we've got.
Why don't you think it's all? How much do you think the guy or the company got paid to design that fucking? And they just
Probably
did a
a lot.
W and they went, we'll just stretch the little bits out on the tips. There you go.
No, but it's
There you
sharp.
go. That's 70 grand.
And
What?
the moment you see it, you know what it is.
Yeah,
It looks like a default. It looks
Like
like
if I see the Arizona Cardinals logo, right? I don't know if that's Arizona. I don't know if that's Louisville. I don't know. Like there's multiple Cardinal teams in America.
You're coming at this from an American football fan point of view. If I said to my wife, "What sport is this logo from?" she wouldn't know that's American football.
Yeah, okay, but you can show me fucking 900 logos from different sports and go, what sport's that from? And I probably wouldn't know. I don't know half the Premier League logos. Like if you showed me the logo of Sheffield United, I'm gonna have no fucking idea what that is.
To be fair, it usually says Sheffield United on it, so you probably
there we go then. But some of them, like I'm pretty sure the Newcastle United like logo, and I support Newcastle. I'm pretty sure their logo's got like a fucking sheep on it, and then some other like a ship or something, and I have no idea what it is.
It's got some fish, horsefish. What do they call it? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, see, yeah, see, I didn't even know. I didn't even know what it
Is that what
was.
you're talking
one of
about?
them seahorse.
Fucking wolffish.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know. I didn't even know what the fucking logo was. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's two
well,
seagulls.
everyone knows about a seal. You know, seahorses. When you go to
If you take,
Newcastle, you got to watch out for them.
that's it. But if you take the
love
Newcastle
ya.
United part from below it, if you were to take that Newcastle United part from below it, right, where it actually says the name of the club, and then you've just got it in black and white, I wouldn't have a fucking
It
idea
looks
what
like
that was.
Bafra. It always reminds me of Bafra's logo.
Yeah. So half of these logos, you don't know what the hell they are. You can show them to your wife, and she's not gonna have a clue.
Yeah,
Right.
your wife is not the standard in this.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I showed her like most of them logos, she'd be like, "That's American football." But
Do you reckon?
yeah, I do. I'm not going to.
I think that Washington one, you can't put it as anything but awful. I don't see how you can give it. Like what What's worse than that logo?
Yeah, you're right. Out of everything,
What's
Oh,
worse?
there's two that I can see which I think are worse.
Okay, go on, Oz. Let's hear them.
Cleveland Browns, just a brown fucking helmet.
Yeah. Fuck me. Yeah, that's down there. Yeah, I think that's unanimous.
And I hate the Colts logo. I absolutely hate
No,
the
see,
Colts
I like
logo.
the Colts logo.
No, shithouse.
I'm with Oz. I don't like
It's
it.
shithouse.
What's wrong with it? Colts.
It's just a blue
It's-
horseshoe.
It's related. It's related to the name of the team, a Colt.
Yes, please, Grant. Yes, please.
Yeah, but thanks, Grant.
Yeah.
I would not know that had anything to do with Indianapolis at all in any way,
But it
shape, or
doesn't have to
form.
be. So I don't know why you. What,
Because the
what are you
team
tr-
comes
but-
from Indianapolis.
yeah, but you're not going to get. Well, if you're saying that's the case, then the Bengals is the number one god tier logo in the league because it's the only logo that's got the B for the name of the place and the pattern for the team. Everything else is one or the other.
I don't hate it.
I
don't
do.
know.
I just think those are
boring.
lazy.
It's boring. I think the Colts one is lazy. It's just a blue horseshoe.
I'm with Oz on this one. Like, it's for me.
It's just boring.
Yeah,
It's
So
so
let's,
boring.
okay, let's go to the other end because I want to hear what you guys. Because I still can't really, like I said, I don't know. I think I've got an idea of what I think is a good logo, but that's thrown me because I would have had the Indianapolis one like a probably good or great.
Nah,
Tell me, let's work out your god tier. Like, what's your god tier between you two? Like,
I think there's probably only one or two that's in the god tier.
Chloe Lawless says it's probably the worst one.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. Or is she talking about Washington?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was asking me about that.
I really like the Titans logo. I think it's sharp. It's got good coloring.
So that's god tier for you.
Which
Yeah,
one was that?
'cause
Sorry, the Titans.
Titans.
Yeah.
So I like the Titans.
No.
I like the Titans and the Texans.
The Texans are like.
I really like the Texans.
Yeah,
I like the
I'd say-
Texans because it's got
I'd
the
say the
star in the eye, which is the Texans,
Dallas.
Lone Star
Yeah.
State. I really like the Texans.
Yeah,
one.
I would say that. I'd say the Texans is probably my favorite logo.
Not my favorite, but I like it.
And actually, I might be being over creative here, but it almost looks like the shape of Texas as well.
I have no idea what the state of Texas looks like on a map, so I'm
Isn't
going to
it-
leave that with you.
Well, isn't it a bull?
The shape of Texas. The shape.
Yeah, no, but that's a bull, though, isn't it? That's not meant to be the shape.
yeah. I know.
It's a steer or something, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a bull. Yeah. I'm just saying. I think it looks similar to the shape of the state. It might be a bit of a stretch, like I said, but to
So
me
what?
it does.
I'm having a mind fart at the minute. I can think of the Texas Longhorns, which is the college team. What's the NFL team?
There's no one for Texas itself.
Houston.
It's Houston and Dallas. It's Houston and Dallas.
They're the two
So
Texas teams.
And then for basketball, they've got the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Houston, whatever the fuck the red team's called, the Rockets.
What about baseball?
Texas Rangers.
Houston Astros.
Yeah, the Astros. And I don't think they have a baseball team in Dallas. I know they've got the Stars for the Texas Houstons. I know they've got the Stars in ice hockey.
To be fair, I'm making my own team. The Cheshire Sea Fish. What was
Cheshire
it?
Sea Fish.
Horsefish.
Horsefish, yeah.
Horsefish.
Fucking
Well, you
hell.
can't even get that right, Will.
All right. So are we saying that Texans is god tier?
Yeah,
I'm happy for that. Actually,
yeah.
I am. I think.
I think that's the best logo.
I wouldn't say it's the best. I think it's up there though.
Go on then. What's your god tier?
Yeah,
Will?
what's your best
god tier
best
entry?
logo? What one do you like the most?
I'm just having a look.
Oh,
I like-
fucking.
I like the Ravens.
I
Dude,
like the
I don't like the bee. What's the fucking bee doing there?
This is for
Baltimore.
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 It's for
Oh, actually, so
Baltimore.
that actually follows Oz with you. I said earlier,
Yeah,
Bengals.
yeah.
Baltimore would be too, and
Yeah.
and the Rams.
I think the thing is I put all of those bird logos together like in like good. So the thing is, the Cardinals one pisses me off a little bit because there's so many teams called the Cardinals.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not putting Cardinals. I'm not putting Cardinals.
And it's so close. It looks so close to like Louisville and whatever the fucking baseball team, St. Louis, I think, is the Cardinals in baseball.
St. Louis Cardinals,
They all look. It all looks the fucking same. So sometimes I can never tell if I just see that logo. But like to me, like the Ravens, the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Falcons, like I think they're all good.
Well, so Grant is shouted out a couple of times about the Panthers.
I mean, it's a good logo. Yes, I think it's a good logo. That's the thing. I think I need to separate them away from what the fuck they actually are to do in the team itself, and just look at the logo in a vacuum.
You can't associate them to the actual team. That's
yeah. I think I need to. Okay, looking at them just in a vacuum, I actually think the Panthers one. I'd probably even put the Panthers one in great. Like it's got sharp coloring.
I would put Panthers in great.
The detail's good.
Yeah, but look, you probably can't see it on this screen very well, but if you look at it closely, it looks like it's drawn by a kid. And I know that's what you like, Stephen, a logo.
Yeah, simplicity. Yeah, I do.
You know, it doesn't. I mean, I've got the benefit that I can see it a little bit closer than you. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 against 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Panthers in grey.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
See, the other logo I quite like is Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it better than what it used to be, where it actually had the fucking pirate dude on it, and he was like, he had the hat and shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he looked like a medieval writer, you know, someone that was.
It looked like Shakespeare playing the Highwayman.
Yeah.
I don't mind. The thing is, I like the Buccaneers logo. Actually, I'd probably put Buccaneers logo in great as well.
Yeah.
I hate the Raiders logo. I hate the Raiders logo.
Why is it the Raiders logo?
Oh, it's a dude with an eye patch and a fucking old leather football helmet. Like, update the fucking helmet. Like, get out of here with your CTE condoning helmet. I don't want that in my logos. Nah, I think I just also hate the Raiders.
Yeah, can't look at it.
Just a poverty franchise. Like,
you see, I quite like the Raiders logo because it's different. It's it's not. They've been able. And
I think it's crap and old. I think it I think it's a dated logo.
It's dated. It's so dated.
But I would say bad. I would actually have the Raiders logo in bad.
I'd have it in bad.
But at least when they moved cities, they were able to keep the logo because there was no kind of reference to.
There's no connotation to Oakland or Las Vegas or LA or whatever. Yeah, well, that's good, but it's still trash.
I think. Okay, here's another one. I think the Steelers one's bad.
Yeah, I agree. I hate it.
What the fuck is it? It's 3 stars.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
What's the colours for?
I hate the team.
Mean? I don't get it. I don't understand. But someone just went, I'll put a circle with right Steelers. I don't get it. I know what a Steeler is. I get that it's a steel worker, and I just don't get. I don't get the logo at all. I think it's another one that's dated.
Yeah,
probably makes sense in the 70s, but it's shit now.
I'd agree on that one. I mean, I don't. What do you? Why don't you?
Yeah, go on, Oz. What's your?
Well, I don't. No. So I'm just looking at this. It's I'm just reading about it, and it's the logo is the same as the American Iron and Steel Institute. So that's what it's linked to. It's like obviously they're Steelers, but it's linked to the American. I'd put it in. I don't hate it. That's the thing. I hate the fucking team with a passion. Like I loathe the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I would probably put it in good. I like it. I don't think it's great. But I just feel like it's the thing is I think you needed to have average as a selection, like a selectable thing. It's like where you just look at it and you're like, eh.
We could, to be fair, I can change
good to average then.
To average.
Because I think if you change good to average,
see, I avoided the word average because I thought, well, what defines that? And then you're saying everything's either below or above average, right?
He's so used to being called average, he just dislikes the word.
It's just for me the Steelers like logo elicits no passion either way. The only time if I look at the Steelers logo, okay, if it's between awful and bad, put it in bad.
No, I think it's bad. I think it's bad. I don't think it's awful.
But it's like
I've got the same feeling as I do for the Raiders logo.
The dislike I feel from it stems from the team itself. I don't hate the logo. I look at the logo and I'm just like, It's just
That's that. Yeah, I always noticed that as well.
I've never noticed that. I mean,
I
don't watch very often, but I've never noticed.
Yeah, they do. It's always on one side. Yeah, so I'm happy with that in bad. I mean, we can still, they're not set in stone, obviously.
I'm going to suggest one for awful, and I'd love to know your opinions. And I've got a feeling you won't agree with
Green Bay?
No, New Orleans Saints.
Oh no, I don't know what a Saint is. I think that's average.
I'd put it in bad. So we've got average.
Let's go bad then. Let's go bad then. Will, what's your justification for it being awful, though, mate?
Well, what is it? I don't even know what it is.
It's a fleur-de-lis.
It's a fleur-de-lis.
It's a fleur-de-lis. How can you live across the fucking the channel from France and not know what a fleur-de-lis is? They literally had those.
So that part of the US, Louisiana area, is heavily French influenced.
It was part of the Louisiana Purchase. It was colonized by the French, and the American only bought it from the United States.
A lot of them actually still speak French, like the natives. So
all the words and everything down there, it's you look at the towns Bayou, that they've got down there, like Bayou, Baton Rouge, it's all French in origin.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if you get the history of the place, it's a good logo because it's got meaning.
Oh no, I still think it's a bad logo. It's just that's what the fleur-de-lis has to do with the Saints.
But I think bad. I don't think it's awful.
Because the thing is, if I'm putting something in awful, it means I'm equating it with the Browns logo. The Browns logo is my basement. It's my watermark. And if I look at that logo, I don't think it's anywhere near as awful as the Browns logo, so I can't put it there.
Okay. Yeah. Go on. What do you want to talk about the Green Bay one, Steve?
Yeah. This is like, you take the full name of the team, the Packers. People wear cheese hats there. I don't get the. I like the colours of the team. I like the logo. I like the.
You like the logo.
I don't like the logo. I don't like that G. Doesn't like. It's the same as the Georgetown G.
And it looks like the Georgia Bulldogs G as well.
Yeah. I think it's the same. I think it's the same styling. It's just obviously a different colour.
For me, that's
awful.
I think that's awful. I just think it's awful. I really do.
Well, did you know why? I mean, why? Because you seem to know a lot more about this than me and Steve. Any idea why they call the Packers?
Let me just have a quick look in my.
He's using Google again.
100%.
We're not just saying.
So I can tell you the green. I can tell you the green and yellow represent relevant things. So the green is for the green pastures in the summertime of Wisconsin, and the yellow is for the cheese.
If they were
that's not a legitimate definition of why those colours are there. By the way, I had a quick Google and I was like, I got nothing. So
yeah, I mean, it kind of comes down to, the logo is, like you say, it's very basic and it's just the G, and again, it's almost like it's lazily been created. Like they'd have paid somebody probably millions of pounds to generate that logo as well. And that person's now fucking living in a yacht somewhere.
Yeah, look, I found an article that says why they're called the Green Bay Packers, and it says it didn't make sense, the little excerpt that I saw, but I'll read it out. So it turns out there's a sweet story behind the meaning of the Packers name. Back in the early 1900s, there was a company called the Indian Packing Company. The canned meat company was founded in Delaware. But in 1921, it was taken over by the Acme Packaging Company out of Illinois. I don't know why this is relevant. The new company had a facility in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Acme Packing Company sadly closed in 1943 after World War II, and they never reopened.
No. So what it is, it's the name took its name from Curly Lambeau, who was a shipping clerk.
So that's what it's going on to here.
And he successfully asked the company's owner for the money for the jerseys.
So what was it? He what?
So Curly Lambeau asked the owner of the packing company for money for the jerseys and use of the company's athletic field in 1919, and then he said the stipulation was they had to call themselves the Packers after the packing company.
Gotcha. So they're awful.
Yeah.
That's not even. That's a commercially driven reason to call them that. It's not even a real fucking name.
In 1919, when there was 8 teams in the fucking league.
102 years ago. You'd think they'd modernised a little bit since then. I mean, I'd much prefer them to be called the Green Bay Cheeseheads. That would be a much more, and at least then they can wear the cheeseheads for a reason. Although they do have
I think the Packers, I'm pretty sure the Packers are the only company, the only team that's like, I think like 51% of the team is owned by the fans.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like I think they floated them to the stock market, public trading or something, or it's to do with season ticket holders, or something.
Setup there. I remember that.
It's like 50. I think it's like 51% of the team is owned by the fans.
Yeah.
Like it's essentially because I think that went back to when they were going bankrupt essentially, and they
got bailed out.
Yeah, they got bailed out by the surrounding population.
We think the fans have changed the name, but I suppose it's tradition.
I know, wankers.
Shit tradition. Although I do like the Lambeau Leap. I'll give them that. I do like the Lambeau Leap. So,
that's the issue. The issue is like the Green Bay's got so much. They're steeped in so much tradition. They refuse to update their fucking field. So you're still playing in like snow in the middle of December when you go play Green Bay. Yeah, it's like let's have an open air stadium in Wisconsin. Sounds like a great fucking idea.
San Francisco, what are your thoughts, Steve?
Steve's probably going to put that in awful. The thing is, like, if you're putting one of the letter brands in there for the criteria of like lazy and boring, you have to put them all in there. Like, they have to sort of get bundled.
Well, no. So I would say San Francisco, yes. Chicago, yes. But I would say
the Giants are awful,
and the Bengals and Kansas City would go up to bad.
I'd put the Giants in awful.
I don't think the
Giants are an awful. Yeah, definitely.
I think the Bengals are average. I don't hate the Bengals logo.
No, I'd say average as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Who did we say? The Giants.
Giants are awful.
Bengals average.
The Kansas City Chiefs, we said average.
Yeah, see, I don't mind the Kansas City.
Sorry,
the Jets are awful. The Jets is awful.
If I was just about to say, it doesn't look like a fucking jet to me. That is awful.
Jets is awful. 100%.
Yeah.
A bit like
we're starting to take shape. You see what I mean? That's roughly what I had in my head when I was thinking this through, and I didn't really get very high up in it. Like, so it's good to now focus on the better.
I really like the Vikings logo.
Yeah,
like I have no idea. I
would say great. I would put it as great.
No, I wouldn't put it in God. I wouldn't put it in God tier, but I really like the Vikings logo. Yeah. Like it's when I see that, I have to sort of remove the Vikings from the team. But when I see that, I immediately know it's the Minnesota Vikings. Like and it's a cool looking Viking.
And I would actually, I'm probably going to get shot to pieces here, but I would put the Cowboys in a God tier.
Oh, the boring.
It is the most recognised, and it's because people, they're like the Manchester United or whatever.
It's boring.
It represents Texas, and it represents Cowboys as well.
It's just the blue. It's boring.
And it's easy to draw. It's easy to recognise. It's the most recognisable. It's the most valuable. Brand in the NFL is the Cowboys.
It can also be drawn by a special needs kid on Valium. It's just boring.
Yes, So I clock that as well. I don't know if that's normal though, Sam. The Eagles is facing left, and if it is, I actually think they get to go down because of that. I don't know if it's just that. Actually, let's have a look on the website. Right, like as standard, do they put their logo to the left? I'm just going to have a quick look.
No, I'm with you. While he's looking at that on the Cowboys, I was like, it's just average at there.
It is always to the left. I think they get marked down for that. That's a superstition thing in football. Lone Star State. Yeah, see, I think Cowboys is God tier, man.
No, not a chance.
No, but you've said you've got to remove it from the team. It's just based on the logo itself.
And that logo's simple.
That's boring. It's boring as fuck.
Oh, I like it. I don't. I think you guys are rose tinted by your own fucking team.
I don't support any. Mate, I'm an NFL team,
I told you. I think the Ravens are probably average to good. I don't.
No. Let's sort the Cowboys out first. From your
as a matter of fact, if
It's
I'm going
average.
to watch any NFL team, I'd watch the Cowboys because they've got a load of Boise State players there. So it's got nothing to do. I'm literally looking at the logo and it's just shit.
It's just boring. It's boring as fuck.
Where would you have it then?
Average.
Average.
No way.
I equate it to the Bengals logo.
Okay, yeah, put it there then.
I put it on the same level.
In the interest of diplomacy, I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy, but it can go there.
I'm removing it from the association to the Dallas Cowboys team. Like I don't hate, because that's the thing. It's like that's what we're supposed to be just assessing the logos on their their own merits. And I just think it's boring.
Okay. So let's go.
He's fuming. He is absolutely fuming.
No. I'm cool with it. I am. There's this point that Samuel Radcliffe's raised about the Eagles logo facing to the left, the only one facing left, and that's actually. And I've gone on Google and I've had a look, and it pretty much facing the wrong way all the time. I think they get marked down for that.
Why though? Because it's because of the E on the neck. Look at the three
look
little
closer. The white part of the eagle's neck.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he said that. If you read it, look.
Ah, I never knew that, but I still think it gets marked down because it's a superstition thing. I don't care. I think it's cool that having that pointed out.
The Chargers logo's facing to the left.
Well, I'm looking for the Chargers now.
No, I see that as facing to the right.
Mate, it's fucking even.
Nah. No, I think if you were to flip it round and put it on the lid the other way, it would look wrong because of the direction of the spikes on the top.
I reckon you can look at it either way. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Do you reckon? I don't know. It's funny. To my eye, that looks like it's facing towards the front of the helmet.
To be fair, Sean raises a good point. It means on the helmet they're not symmetrical.
What does that mean?
Would that be
both Eagles? They're one's facing backwards, one facing forwards.
No,
they have the fucking wings at the front of their lid.
They probably don't have the logo on the lid, do they, the Eagles, for that reason?
They've got the wings. They've got the fucking wings.
Yeah, they do. They got the wings.
Why not listening to me? Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Hang on.
Is everyone else Googling Eagles lid now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the wings from
the
front.
They do have the wings.
That's what they've got.
Yes, they don't have them.
Have they always had the wings though, or do they sometimes put the fucking eagle on there?
No, I think if you Google, I think they've always had wings, and
I don't ever remember them having.
I feel like we should. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we should have ranked helmets.
Helmets would be a good one to rank. We can do that another time.
Because I'll tell you right now, the Jaguars have got a fucking rascal helmet. I love the Jaguars helmet.
And the Seahawks. Those are both god tier, man.
Yeah. So I feel like helmets would have been the thing.
We'll do helmets another time.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think from a superstition perspective, there's this, you guys will know I've got certain superstitions around the game. But the logo should always be facing to the right. And I can remember someone that I played with, the team I played with, people were getting tattoos of the team's logo, right? And there was 4 or 5 players that had it over the years. And then another player went and got it, and he got his facing backwards. And everyone was like, you got it the wrong fucking way, you dickhead. And he's like, "Don't matter, it's the same thing." And it was a big deal. So I for me, they get it. I like the creativity of the E. It's cool seeing that. Never saw it before. I still think they get marked down for it. I don't like it.
So I'll thank Sam for pointing that out because I've never unseen that now.
I'd never seen it as well. So well done, Sam. I think I don't hate Eagles. I mean, I'm willing to I'm willing to give on that. Like, if you want to put it in bad, I'd put it in average. So, yeah,
Cool.
whatever.
It's going in bad, Will.
I think the Bills. Yeah, I think the Bills logo is bad.
I want another God tier logo.
I don't know if there is another one.
There is.
Come on. I thought there was, and then lo and behold, it's average.
Well, let's make our way along. Apparently, according to Will, there is. So I don't like the Bills logo.
No, I don't. I don't know what a bill is anyway. They've used the name Buffalo to create their logo.
I was gonna say they changed it because Buffalo, their old logo used to be a fucking cowboy, like it was Buffalo Bill, and it was it used to be a cowboy
named after the Silence of the Lambs geezer.
Was it?
They should have Bill Murray on the logo.
Oh God.
I don't know what it was named after. Let's have a look.
It's supposed to be a clever spin on the cowboy performer of Buffalo Bill. Yeah, I think it's awful, to be honest.
Bill Crosby.
Oh, you're going awful.
Yeah, I put that on the same level as Cleveland. I think it's shit.
Okay.
It's just a blue buffalo with a fucking cool 1980s Back to the Future visor.
I mean, I suppose the biggest question is, what the fuck is the red stripe on it? Like, why is there a random red stripe?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the logo.
No.
I think this next one, if we're just going along them now,
the
Broncos.
Broncos.
I think you're great or average there.
I'm great with it. I love the Broncos. I think it's really smart. I think it stands a test of time as well.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
See, and then it's interesting because I would have. So yeah, pop that one in great. Oz, you don't like the Cardinals one.
I think it's bad.
But so you think it's bad. I actually think that one would be great too.
I suppose, like, as a logo, I like it, but because I understand it the same way that Oz does. Is it all the Cardinals logos look the same?
They all look exactly the fucking same. It's not unique.
It's not.
Because there's a lot of sports teams share the same sort of name, especially in America, but they try to differentiate themselves. All of the Cardinals teams look fucking same.
If I look at that bad cluster, I don't think the Cardinal one fits next to it. I would say average.
I think it definitely fits. I reckon the Eagles one is better than the Cardinals one.
I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. I like.
No, I don't agree with that. Okay, put it in bad then. I don't agree with that.
I would equate it with the Eagles one at a minimum.
Fuck off. Put that back. Fuck off.
You got to remember, right? Steve was essentially born in 1795. He's superstitious as fuck. Like he doesn't like women reading. He doesn't like black cats.
Yeah.
He doesn't like walking underneath ladders.
I don't like mixed schools.
Yeah, like he's just anything that's slightly progressive. Steve's like, no, stop.
Yeah.
No.
I always find it mad about Steve's superstitious when he was on the bench all the time. Like, what's the point in having superstitious when you're not on the pitch?
Listen to the Div 2 player talking smack.
No, okay. I understand one of Steve's superstitions. The number superstition I'll give to him because I've heard the story.
I'm the same.
And so I'll give him that one. But like a logo facing the wrong fucking way, no.
But it's not the wrong way. It's facing the right way.
That's not my own superstition. I just know that superstition exists. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that the logo's facing the wrong way.
No, I reckon it's unique. It stands out from all of the other logos.
It's not facing the wrong way.
Because it's wrong. Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry.
It sticks out like a sore thumb. That's not a good thing.
No, it is. It's eye catching. It's branding.
It's
straight away. You look at that and you're like, oh, okay, that one's different.
Right, we're moving on. I'm not going. That's staying in bad. I think so. You guys are going to hate this because I think that's a god tier logo.
What? The Chargers.
I think the Chargers logo is a god tier logo.
I think it's great.
I think it's god tier because of the simplicity. Like again, the drawing thing.
Mate, you couldn't draw that logo and it looked like the Chargers. It just looked like a fucking bolt of electricity.
It would look like a lightning bolt with scoliosis.
Like that is too simple to draw.
I think it's great. I don't hate it. I think it's great. Because we haven't got good. Because we've replaced good with average. So we now make the jump from average to great. I would put it in great because I don't think it's average. I think it's above average.
I actually think it's awful. But
right, what logo's that? What logo's that? If you had to guess,
That's not curved enough. That's definitely not curved enough. That's the Chargers.
I didn't say. I just said if you had to guess what logo.
Why have you coloured it in pink?
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
Manchester Storm.
I think it's God tier. I think it's
Swindon Storm.
Yeah. Yeah, Plymouth Blitz actually uses the
I
same.
actually want to know why have you coloured it in
Plymouth
pink?
not Blitz. Is it Blitz? Yeah, Plymouth Blitz.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
have you coloured
They
it
use
in
the
pink?
lightning thing for some reason. I
think it's
think
great.
it's God tier. Will, you think it's awful, don't you?
I don't like it.
I'm the middle ground. You think it's God tier. He thinks it's awful. I think it's great. I'm the middle
Yeah,
ground.
just put it as great. But why don't you like it? I want to hear your justification because I think that's a really good logo.
It's just too. It's too. As I said at the start, that's too simplistic. That is too simple.
I feel like with some of my logic, right, where I've looked at the horseshoe and I've gone, it's boring, and I've looked at the star and gone, it's boring. I should feel like the bolt is Southlink's Lightning. I feel like I should look at the bolt and think it's boring, but I don't. I look at the bolt and I'm
I
like,
like the colours. I like the colours of it.
It also fits nicely on a lid. I actually think it's quite well thought out. And I think it's a really good logo. I really do.
I don't know how we can say like that logo's better than the fucking San Francisco logo. I really don't. Like loads better as well. Like.
well, I'm
Yeah,
not in
I'm
agreement.
laughing,
I'm
yeah.
not in agreement that the San Francisco logo is awful. Like I just got overruled on that one. So
I think we should move it. To be fair, to bad, but I'm still.
It's
You
still
know,
no. Well, okay, yeah. I'm happy for you guys to put it up. I think it's shite.
and then yeah.
No, fuck
no,
that. Anyway.
no. If we got the Chargers, so we've got to give Steve the Eagles.
Right. Now I would have had Kansas City as bad.
I think Kansas City is average.
But-
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think now, I think based on the way this discussion's gone, I would put it on a par, with the Bengals easily.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for that. Now
could
I
even-
actually had this one as great.
See, I know you. That's the thing. I know you. I hate this one. I absolutely hate this one. Like I reckon it's shit house. I literally put it on par with like the Bills and the Browns. And the thing is, I like the
Really?
team. Yeah, I like the team. I think it's this is all they've done is you've just stretched out the Dallas logo into two. Like it's pretty much the same fucking colors. Like
yeah.
it's just boring. It's just boring as shit.
It's awful. It's
All you've done is take the Dallas logo and fucking mold it in Play-Doh. Like,
I quite like, but yeah, I'm cool. Where do you guys want it then? Will, where do you want it? You have been quite quiet.
bad.
what do you mean he's been quiet? He's been moving them. He's the one who's been overriding our decisions.
I think okay, put it in bad because I was just saying awful. I think it's great. I'm happy for it to go in bad.
I'd say it's my show, so my decision's final. But
You're
then
the host.
Then Steve would say
Well, Philadelphia's staying in bad.
Steve would say it's his. It's a
I was gonna say it's his fucking
My
company.
brand.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my show. It's my show. Yeah, only because I let you have it. Like, it's,
On my fucking website.
Streaming on my Facebook account, you'll put it where I say.
yeah, you're like the little kid holding his fucking
Yeah, exactly.
his copy of Frozen in front of Walt Disney, going, "No, but I bought it," and he's like, "Mm-hmm."
I've got to be honest, Steve. The only reason the Eagles are in bad is because you're you. Because if you were anyone else, that'd be up there.
It's terrible.
So
I really, really, really like the Dolphins logo.
I like it.
Yeah, I like the Dolphins logo.
Is it a god tier logo?
No,
I don't think so. I think it was when it had the helmet.
yeah, I
No,
agree.
I said it was worse when it had the helmet.
No, I'm with Oz.
Nah, I loved it because
Wearing a helmet.
immediately, all I thought every time I saw that logo, I immediately thought of Dan Marino and Ace Ventura.
Yes.
Laces out. Like that's the first thing that fucking, which is it's
Ray
Finkel is
Finkel.
Einhorn. Yeah, Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Finkel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we
I
saying
think it's
great then?
great. I think it's great.
Okay,
I don't think
that's
it's God. I don't think it's God tier.
I think
Okay.
it would have been God tier if it still had the helmet on.
Yeah, if it still had the helmet, I would have
No,
put it in God.
I don't know. I think it's better than the old one, but that's cool. Falcons, again, I think this one's high up there. I really
I
like
think it's
this
great.
one.
Yeah,
I reckon
like
it's sharp. It's sharp. It's a good design of a Falcon. The color scheme is good as well. I think it's great.
Can we go? Well, can we push it up to God?
No. Well,
Why?
we could.
I
do.
could be inclined to. It would
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
these ones that are left. It's the only one that I would put in God tier.
I think.
Let's
I
put
think
it
if you
in God tier. Let's put it in God tier. We'll do a review at the end.
if you put
I actually really like it.
if you put it alongside the Texans one as well, it's definitely as good as the Texans.
Yeah, it's up there, isn't it?
Yeah. Jaguars.
Average.
I think this is average. I think this is real average.
It's complex. It's the complexity of it.
And have you ever seen a Jaguar with a green tongue?
No, I'm not going to lie. I've never seen a Jaguar. Like I've seen them on TV, but I'm talking about like in real life. I've never seen a Jaguar. Like all the zoos I've been to don't have Jaguars.
They don't have green tongues.
Yeah, what's the difference between a jaguar and a leopard as well? By the way,
I don't know. They're the same. Just call them the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd say average. No, because
average.
we don't have big cats in Australia. We got everything else that would kill you, but we got no big cats.
Well, you know, with Steve Irwin, you'd think you'd pick something up from watching him every day.
Well, I could identify spiders, and and Steve Irwin doesn't. He tended to stick around with animals around Australia, like with a stingray and lost. So,
I think this one, I would put the Detroit Lions one as bad. I think it's another one.
Yeah,
that's dated.
I think it's boring.
I think it's another one that's dated. It needs. All you've done is
you've moved the Play-Doh again, and now you've gone from Dallas to Indianapolis to Detroit. Like no, shit.
It looks like a dancing tiger. Or dancing lion, should I say?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a tiger. There's a mane.
Cool. Okay, so again, removing, because I know a lot of people hate these guys.
Yeah, just it elicits so much fury, but at the same time, I think the logo's. I think the logo itself's probably great.
Yeah. I think
it's sharp. It's got a good color scheme.
I think it's too long. The length of its back of its helmet, the hat is too long.
I mean, that's probably what stops it from maybe being better than great. Like, I don't know. I think it's a great logo.
I think it's great.
I just hate the team.
Yeah, I know people hate the team.
You know what? I've never come across anyone who's a Pats fan unless they're a
I know so many Pats fans. So many Pats fans. There was so many in the night. The Knights were like half fucking Pats fans at one point.
Were they?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's your team, Steve, by the way?
What NFL team do I? So I don't support one.
Yeah, he doesn't have one.
No. I like following certain players.
He likes football and players.
He's like me. I'm like that. That's why I watch the Cowboys.
The old Lambs are Baltimore God. New England is God tier. Seahawks looks crap until it's on a helmet. Tennessee great. Okay.
I'm pretty close to Sean with this. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, but the thing is, I feel like I have to be impartial when I look at the. I really like the Ravens logo. I think the more I think about it, I think it's great. But at the same time, I don't want to sit here and wank on wearing a fucking Ravens hat and a Ravens jersey and be like, the Ravens logo is so great. Like.
Well, let's do the Rams first then.
I think
it's bad. I think it's
average?
bad. I think it's between bad and average. I liked the old one better, but this one, I don't. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I'd say I think average is okay because it does actually have they do actually have a Ram variation of it.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, it's not awful.
It looks good on the helmet as well. Like because it kind of follows the contour.
I really like the bleached bone that they've done with the color scheme for like their away uniforms as well. I feel like that's really sharp.
Yeah.
Like the rebrand itself, I thought was quite good, but it's just I thought the logo was better, but they obviously had to come out and be like, we are no longer associated with St. Louis. We are the LA Rams.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck off.
Do you know what my first ever introduction was to American football was through the Rams because somebody bought me a Ram teddy when I was about 4.
Oh, they were massive in the 90s.
Yeah,
like the greatest show on turf. Like
I've got it somewhere actually. I seen it the other day. Like it's dead old, but that was my first ever introduction to American football. Right, going on to the best logo here. Sorry, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Will, I want to hear what you got to say about this because I think me and Oz are at odds with this one. So.
For me, it's everything you want in the logo. It's quirky because it's a raven. It looks mean as fuck. And it's got the B like strategically placed in it, so you know it's Baltimore. Like that's
what I don't like. That's not reversible. You get a backwards fucking B on one side.
What do they do on their helmet?
No. It is. You can still put it. You can. It sits on both sides of the helmet very easily.
What, with the B facing the right way?
Yes.
I'm just googling it now.
Because you just do it as transparent, and you can transpose it on either side.
I've just googled the Mini Eclipse helmet. Jesus Christ, that's one nice helmet. Like it's got a purple. The logo's fully purple on a black helmet. Like that looks sick.
We generally, and also on the other side of the helmet, I think they generally do. A lot of NFL teams have a secondary logo.
No. Oh yeah, it is. They flip the B around.
Yeah.
So it goes across the crow's head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it does work. Okay. Where do you want to put it, Will?
I put it in God tier, but it's obviously three of us on here.
You think that's God tier?
I'd have it as minimum. I'd have it as minimum. Not minimum. I'd have it as great. But I feel like I can't sit here in Baltimore gear and be like, we've got a God tier logo. It seems too homeriff. Like,
I'd be interested to know the people watching what they think as well.
Sean thought it was God tier.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, God. Yeah, there'll be a bit of a delay, like 12 seconds or so. So just guys, if you're watching, we'll come back to it. Let us know what tier you think Baltimore should be in the chat, and we'll pick it up. We'll come back to it because I would say average, and that would be pushing it for me. So,
yeah, I'm between average and great. Like I think if we had the section of good, I would think it's a good logo.
We did have good.
Yeah, I know, but then we had no average.
Change it to average.
Let's change average to good.
Well, no, because I would have gone average, good, great. I wouldn't have had God tier.
Oh, right.
I don't think any of these are like. I think the Texans logo is great. I don't think it's the best logo ever made.
Well,
though.
I think the way you need to look at it is out of the 32 logos
in relation to the other 31 teams.
Will, it's God tier.
We've got to appease the Australian in the room.
No.
Let me have my way. I only turn up on
NFL
logos. Let me have my way.
Look, Steve, you got your way with the Eagles. That's far lower than it should be.
No, it's not.
It's fucking backwards. It's left.
It's backwards, yeah. So, okay, let's move on. Let's go to Seahawks now then.
I think it's a little bit boring. It's all right.
Yeah, I do. I think it's great, but
I think it's great. I think it's much better than the previous Seahawks one.
Oh yeah, 100%. The last Seahawks one was bad.
Yeah,
I'm happy for it to be put in great.
I still think, just even now, still looking at those great ones. I will come back to it. I still think the Chargers should be in God tier. It just sticks out. But yeah,
see, to me, I think the Buccaneers sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Buccaneers and the Vikings are the two that stick out to me amongst those.
No, I think the Vikings is really a bit too detailed.
They really pop my attention as great logos.
I think they're a bit too detailed.
Steve can't draw the Vikings, so it can't be that one.
Yeah, if it can't be drawn by,
that fails my drawing test.
Yeah, if it can't be drawn by a kid in his notebook, aka Steve, right now.
Yeah, Steve on his pink post-it notepad.
Yeah.
We did debate whether we'd have a competition to draw one of the logos and see.
Yeah, cool. I'll do Chicago.
No. We'd all draw
Washington.
Yeah. Make sure you get the flicks though.
Okay, well, we'll go back and review in a sec, but let's. You guys think very highly of the Titans.
That's the other thing. How the fuck is Indianapolis not just a sideways Chicago logo?
True.
Like all you've done is rotate it 270 degrees?
Well, if you went
90 degrees, 90 degrees in the opposite 90 degrees in the opposite direction. Like no, it's shit house. I hate the Colts logo. Right, Titans. I really like the Titans logo. I think it's great.
Yeah, you both do, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think it's another lazy logo.
I want to kind of abstain from.
It's got flames.
I have a hatred for the Titans, and
I would say, can we put it in average then?
I'm happy to put it in average. I think it's great, but I'm happy to concede. I'm happy to put it in average.
What's the 3 stars for? Is it anything to do with Tennessee?
That's what I mean. Like, I don't get it. That's my problem, maybe.
And why does the T look like a sword upside down or something? I don't know. Right, we're on to this one.
No one said anything. They're all
scared.
No,
no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, they all tuned out when Steve put the Eagles in bad.
Yeah.
Everyone just was like, "Fuck this! He doesn't know anything."
Yeah, that's fine. They should have said so in the chat. I can be convinced. Although you're going to struggle with Eagles because it's facing the wrong way. But anyway,
it's facing the right way. It's facing the way they wanted it to face.
I'm happy.
It's the wrong way for the sport, or for sport.
I'm happy for the Ravens to be put anywhere from average to, like, don't get me wrong. If you put it in God tier, I'll be like, oi oi. But anywhere from average to God, and I'll be happy. I don't think it's a bad logo.
I mean, the thing is, you can actually see it's a raven as well. Like, it's not badly drawn to the point it doesn't look like a raven.
Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, put it in great then. But I do think that means it doesn't go God. I do think we do need to promote 1 or maybe 2 to God tier from great.
Why?
If you say the Chargers, I think.
Why though?
I do think the Chargers.
I feel like the Texans and the Falcons stand out from the other logos.
What, from the others? That's what I think about the Chargers.
I really like the Bucs logo. I really do. It's got American football on there.
Yeah, I do. I do really like the Bucs logo as well. I'd be happy. I'm happy enough to promote the Bucs logo out of those.
Not only do they have a really cool name, but they've got a really cool logo, and they've got a pirate ship at the home ground. Like what more?
Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah,
they also got John Gruden to win them a Super Bowl.
Is there any other? Is there any others that apart from the Eagles that you guys would contest?
I'd still say the Dallas Cowboys are still too high up, but
I think they're too low. So
I think the Colts are too high.
Stuart said, "I feel you've got it pretty spot on as it is." He did also message me and say he thinks the Cowboys and the Chargers should be higher up.
Did he? Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Can you show the message?
Yeah.
He's writing it down.
The Cowboys and Chargers should be higher up from Stuart. Can we get?
I'll screenshot it.
Oh, thanks.
It's spelled wrong.
Can we? No, you just wrote Stew. Yeah. Can we add another tier below awful that we can drop the Browns into? Because fuck me, that's an awful logo. Like, it's an atrocious logo. Like that stands out to me as the worst logo. Like it is. So much worse than everything else.
What's the What do you get below awful?
Atrocious. Oh, Aussie Rules. Have you ever watched the game of Aussie Rules? It's fucking manic.
It is
But I'd also. Yeah, but if you're going to put you've got to have Washington down there as well. Then.
See, no, because I put that on. I put that on the level with all the other fucking letter ones, like Green Bay and Chicago and.
Yeah, now I've got the proofish. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
That's a problem with modern technology, mate. Everything
once it's been sent, you can't take it back.
Yeah, that's it. You can't take it back now, mate. Well, I think that the urgency to change the logo for the Washington football team is the same level of urgency that the Cleveland Browns should be.
But
applying.
to be fair to Washington, that's a temporary logo.
Yeah, they will. It's just at the moment. Should it have been a fucking W made out of footballs? Like, how do you denote the Washington football team?
Browns. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm cool with that. It's quite interesting, right? If you look in the awful, the only one that's actually really an icon is the Bulls. Is the
Bills?
And
Buffalo
Bills.
It's shit.
It's quite funny, isn't it? Like there is actually.
It's a trash color scheme. Like it's just.
I really want to know what the red line through the bull is for to represent.
You're gonna have to look it up, mate. You should have done some homework. He said, "Let me get my magic
pink eraser that rubs out biro pen."
I don't know what he's talking about. Stop bringing his comments up. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What I'll do is I'll screenshot this before I go off tonight, and then I'll put it up on the page tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if anyone can't watch this, they can comment.
You know, people are. I think the bits.
The fact we've put New England in great, and we've put Dallas in average, is going to bring some.
Listen, I'm going to give you the chance. Yeah, all three of us have got a chance to move one logo up or down.
No,
Just one
I'll
logo.
go last then, because I'll just move whatever you move back. Because I know what you're
One
going to fucking
logo.
move.
You can move one logo. You can play a card. It's your wild card. You can only move it up one or down. You can't move it like to the top. So go on, Oz. You can move one of them. One of them you completely disagree with. And you
know what? I'm moving Carolina up.
Okay. What to great to God?
Yeah, I'm moving the
Ooh.
Panthers up to God tier.
Yeah.
The more I look at it, the more I really like the Panthers logo.
Okay.
Steve? Or do you
No,
want me
you
to
go
go?
next.
Right, okay.
I just
So
wanted to make sure.
I was going to say he's moving the Cowboys, and then the
Eagles
Cowboys,
back.
and then the Cowboys getting moved. Okay, so
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Are you moving the Cowboys back to average, or are you moving the
Yes.
Eagles to awful?
No, I'm moving the Cowboys back to average.
I was going to say that was what I was like. He's put him in a spot here. Does Steve? Which is it? Is it more his defense of the Cowboys or the hatred of the Eagles logo? What's gonna?
I'm comfortable with that. I think when we post this, I think the things that people are going to pluck. I mean, obviously, people are going to have their own team logo to back. I don't know. I can't see how Browns fans can defend their logo, but I do think talking points here are they're actually in a row there. Chargers, Cowboys, Eagles. I think those three you're going to get a lot of people.
I think you're
talking
probably
about.
going to. Because you obviously have the logo's the wrong way. It's a superstition. I think a lot of people will think like me and Will and think it's at least an average logo. I think that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I'm
everyone
saying.
tells.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
One is too low.
I think you're right, but I have to
Well,
stay
you're
true
wrong.
to.
I think you're right, Oz, but you're wrong.
No, I think you're right in that's
He
what
thinks
people will say.
I'm right on that's what people will say, but he also.
Yeah,
thinks
I
I'm
don't
wrong
agree
in
with
the
it.
fact that
I don't agree with it, but that's. I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, you can download it. Look at that.
Yeah, I've downloaded
Cool.
it. So we'll put that tomorrow. Oh, where's it gone now? I'll put that on the old.
Oh, now you look even more.
I know it's a mess, man. That's why I had the hat on.
It's
Just like, look, I need to get it cut, but like
You are the richest homeless person I've ever met. Like it's unreal. You're like the person who goes begging in Covent Garden, and then once he makes some change, he just walks back to his BMW and gets it and drives away.
Well, I've never told you guys what I do for a living. Have I?
You have.
I
told you
definitely
that.
know what you do for a living, but whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't show up about it.
Yeah, we all know it's not begging in Covent Garden. You're definitely a Bond Street beggar.
But no, like I say, next week we're going to go Britball with all this, which should get entertaining and very.
So when you say Britball, Will,
I think I'm going to be able to be really impartial on this because I don't know what a lot of the Britball logos link
yeah,
to.
but that's
in terms
good,
of teams.
right? That's good.
Because for
are
me,
you free next Wednesday, Oz? That's the question.
I'll free myself up. It's fine.
But,
Because for me, for the NFL side, the logos are so heavily ingrained in the football teams and how I feel about the teams and things like that. Like I find it hard to separate that. Whereas for Britball logos, the only one I'm going to put in awful straight off the bat is just going to be Hastings because fuck him.
Should we? Because there's so many teams, I think we should probably just do Premier in Division 1 next week.
No, well, this is the thing, right? Like we've also you've got flag, you've got Uniball, you've got Senior Ball.
Yeah, just be senior
And
contact.
there's some really, really good and some awful flag logos.
Yeah, we'll get to the flags. It's just about time, mate. This has taken us nearly 2 hours.
We're just going to do. Are we going to do a series? Are we?
Hour and
Are
a
we
half.
going to do a series? Are we? Are we going to do Britball Div 1 and 2?
Yeah, and then what we
Britball.
can do is like all the god tier ones together, and then all the shit ones to define the worst across everywhere.
And then what we can do is we can get an official ranking, like 1 to 120 or whatever it is.
ranking the god tier Britball logos, but then you have to go like they're the awful of the god tier or they're the great of god tier.
Like, no, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is like the god
So
tier.
you essentially need me every Wednesday until lockdown finishes by the sound.
Yeah, basically, yeah. but you can also do like all of the god tier for like NFL versus Uniball versus women's. You know, every
the
god tier. That'd be well.
The Texans. I think the Texans is just the best of the best.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah, well,
fair,
you'd expect that, right? You'd expect the professional teams to have the best logos.
it's not going to be every Wednesday, Oz, because we've got some really cool guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. So
Can we compare the University of Portsmouth versus the University of Miami?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like you got. Like, I think those rip-off ones, mate. Bang, done.
Why don't we do?
You've
why don't
got.
we
You
do
know, like, we've got Browns on that tier. You have Copycat, and that fucking. There you go. Down you go.
Do you mean
Copycat?
Holton Spartans and Michigan State Spartans,
Yeah.
Railroaders in Purdue? Who else is there?
There's loads. I've got loads written down because we was going to do an article about
Yeah,
this.
we
I've
were,
got
yeah,
actually-
Can we compare the UWE Bullets with the what was it, the Clemson Tigers?
Yeah.
And their national championship banner.
right, yeah.
They've gone two in a row. And they left the fucking
they copied
left the
their
rock.
championship thing, didn't they? Yeah, that was
and then
funny.
they left the rock that's outside the Clemson stadium, or like in the
At the top of
area
it.
that they're from. Yeah, couldn't believe
I saw that. But it'll be cool to just do more. But yeah, Will, what are you thinking? Like, do we where do you go next in terms of the ranking? That was 32 teams that we did. It took an hour and a half.
I think next week.
No, actually, we didn't do it for an hour and a half. We really spoke shit for 20 minutes, didn't we?
I think next year we'll go. Next week, not next year. We'll go for Prem in Division 1 because there'll be, and then we'll do Division 2 another week. And then I like the idea of literally having a best logo in Britball to the worst logo in Britball, kind of decided from our tier list which we've created.
Yeah,
So-
that'll take a while because if you're talking when you're saying Britball, I assume you're meaning all disciplines, right?
No, we'll do adult contact and then we'll do flag and stuff like that. You know, you're right. We haven't got enough
Yeah, but
time.
I think we need to do Uniball. Uniball's got tons of unique logos as well.
Flag have got some amazing logos.
Like the Mud Dogs and the Killer Bees.
The Mud Dogs. Yeah, the worst pitch in Britball the Mud Dogs have got, though. They might have a cool logo, but the pitch is awful.
They don't have a cool logo, and the Killer Bees don't have a cool logo
Do you
either.
like the Mud Dogs logo? It's like it's green and
It's
yellow,
a
isn't it?
bulldog. It's a
green
bulldog.
and yellow bulldog.
Yeah, nice shit.
To be fair, though, it's the most apt name because all you do is play in the mud in Bangor. So, but no,
Still shit.
thank you everybody who's watched tonight. Thank you everybody who's put up comments and stuff like that. Hopefully, we're going to see more of Oz over the next couple of weeks. He sounds like he's signed up.
said nobody ever.
He signed up for a series now, so
Featured guest.
like I say, next week we'll be ranking Premiership and Division 1 teams. So if you want to get your shouts in early, drop us a message. This will be going on the website tomorrow. So if you want to comment on it there, let us know. But yes,
No, it's not going on the website. It's going on social media. But that's
social
fine.
media. Okay. Sorry, boss. But no, thank you for watching and have a good night. See you
Cool.
later.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.